Well, it's April 3rd today, 2017, and I'm just at my garden here today, so I'm going to do a quick little tour of it. I just want to thank my uncle for letting me use his property here. He's had a garden here for over 25-30 years, and since I've moved back, he's let me join his plot here and help him expand and been growing a lot of stuff. So this here is one of our compost piles. I bring a whole bunch of leaves over from my parents' campground, and we use a whole bunch of food waste too that I bring over as well and mix it in. But in the fall, this was quite a bit taller and a bit longer, and it's broken down quite a bit over the winter time. So I'm going to just show you a quick tour of the garden. I'll take about 10 minutes here and show you what it's all about. So here's our other compost pile that we started last spring. It's about a year old now, and it's broken down quite a bit. It was about twice the size of this, and there's a little hoop house there on top that my uncle just stuck up there just to help warm it up so it starts thawing out a bit. Maybe I'll show you a quick video as well later on how I made those hoop houses to get started. Just over here is another plot where we had a compost pile as well last year. It's been used up, and we turned them into beds once they're done. I've got some bee boxes here as well that I got last year that I started trying to grow my potatoes vertically. I didn't have too much success last year, but I'll be trying that again, so I'll do videos on that as well. And I made a little trestle there as well for growing some pickling cucumbers up, and didn't have much success with that either because the beetles got them all. So here's just a quick little overview, some beds I started about 2 years ago. And then over there is the main garden there. And that's where I just came from with the compost pile there, and the second compost pile way over there, and some of the other beds as well. So we have a big problem here with a lot of big grass, thick grass here. So what I've been doing is basically putting down 2 or 3 layers of cardboard and just composting on top of it and let it sit. It seems to be working quite well. The weeds haven't been coming through at all. And as well through my walkways, cardboard as well, and I put a nice good layer of wood chips on, so it suppresses the weeds quite a bit. So these 3 beds, or 4 beds here, are the newest ones I've got. Underneath all the straw and hay here, this is my garlic bed, so hopefully it'll be popping up pretty soon. Actually, I see one right here coming up right away, right now. So there it is. Kind of hard to see. It's there we go. So hopefully it looks like it survived the winter there pretty good. So a few weeks it'll be coming up, everything will be nice and green. Over here is my asparagus bed that I've made last year. I've bought some roots, and then as well I planted some from seed. So I got some more from seed. I think I've shown in another video here. So this will be my asparagus bed coming along nicely. And over here, what else do we have? Got an apple tree I bought last year I planted. So it looks like it fared the winter quite well. I just put a whole bunch of mulch and leaves around so the weeds won't come up. And here's a bunch of raspberry canes that I kind of just transplanted from my other raspberry plot over there that I keep expanding. So I need to do some work around here because in the summertime the grass is about waist high in here. And then over here I've got 2 little cherry trees planted 3 years ago. And they're going to probably be a few years, I would think, before they even pop up and produce anything. But that's alright. Just trying a whole bunch of different things. And we got a bunch of wild apple trees here too, so there's one there, another one there, and a few other ones there. I've been pruning them the past few years to try to get better apples and get them back to shape. Just a really old orchard. Okay, so here's the main garden here. Left side my uncle's taken on, and he's got about 3-4 beds on the right hand side here, and then the rest is mine. So we'll do a little walkthrough. We've got these barrels here that we use for collecting water, as we don't really have much of a water source. He would just bring water from his house down here to the garden. Anyways, here's some of the beds here that I've been working on the past, I guess this will be the 5th season that I've had the garden here. So it's nice, there's no weeds. I just keep piling compost. It's a no-till garden, so I don't till. I just compost everything on top. And usually what I'll do as well in the fall, things like this was broccoli and cabbage last year, I just leave everything in and just pile everything on top so it breaks down and the nutrients stay in. So I think there's about about 10 or 12 beds here that I've got. And same thing that I've done here, I've done the wood chips for the walkways. And just keep piling up. I'm trying to get my beds raised so they kind of warm up quicker in the springtime. Here's some Brussels sprouts from last fall, just sitting there. I may let them try to pop up again and see if they grow in seed, but probably pull most of those out. And these beds down here are the newest ones that I've been making in the past. These are probably about 2 years old, these beds here. And this bed I made last year. I transplanted my strawberries to this bed just because I haven't had much luck in the other spot I had them. Too much weeds, and if they don't work this year, I'm going to ixnay the strawberries and just forget about them. Not worth my time. Seem to be getting a few berries and animals been getting the rest of them. Here's my blueberry patch here. Got about 17 bushes. So they're pretty small still. They're about, some of them are 4 years old, some I've had donated to me. So I'm going to hopefully get some organic fertilizer on them again this year and get them producing. A lot of birds and things out here, so I put some netting over it last year, but didn't really help a whole lot. Here's my other raspberry plot that I've got. So here, and this bed here used to be the strawberry bed. But this is where all the weeds and everything was, so I dug it up, made 2 rows here, and this will now be my raspberry patch. Transplanted a few canes in the middle row here. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it works well. And then when I turn around here, so this is what it kind of looked like when I first got my garden. When I first came out, all this mess here. So I'm hopefully going to work on digging this section up here and turning this into some plots as well, because I would like to have some more growing room. So that's basically the overview of my garden. It's nice, decent size. And I'll do another video on my water collection systems as well that I have been making. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed this little walk through my garden. Keep tuned, and I'll be posting more videos as the garden progresses and as I plant more things into it. Don't forget to subscribe to my videos and hit the like button, and keep up to date.